We are simulating the 2024 Daytona 500 using NR2003 here today with the new 24 Cup Series cars here now as we are underway for 100 laps around Daytona International Speedway. This video would not be possible without the Super Squad. A massive shout out to him. You can check out his Twitter as well as YouTube channel in the description down below. He was able to hook me up with a whole car set for 2024 with the vast majority of cars as well as a few concepts mixed in, but I mean, a massive shout out to him, otherwise this video would not be possible. So thank you so much once again, Super Squad here. And now, who wins the 2024 Daytona 500? Well, we're set to find out, at least in our simulation world. My personal pick, Brad Keselowski, 2024 Daytona 500 just feels right. I don't know why, it just feels like it's going to happen. This could age horrendously bad. But out in front early on here in our sim version, it's Denny Hamlin leading the way early on. Of course, a three-time Daytona 500 champion, but it wouldn't last long because by lap 3, look at this. The racing intensity already picking up here. Martin Truex Jr. to the lead as Hamlin was shuffled out 3 wide to the top. And Truex, of course, looking for a backup, or, a rebound season, I guess we should call it, after his downfall in the playoffs. But unfortunately, his lead wouldn't last long because it's NASCAR's most popular driver as we came to lap 6, coming to the lead of this race. Stage 1 ends at the end of lap 20 in this sim version of the Daytona 500 that we were doing here. And you can see the pack, they were kind of calming down as the laps were going on. They got going after it, but then it kind of went into a majority of this. Blaney and Elliott leading, and it was a lot of 2x2 while Hamlin was trying to make some moves, putting Suarez to the outside, going 3 wide through the middle. He's got help with Alex Bowman just behind here. Now on board with Denny Hamlin on lap 11 of this race. You see the brand new Toyota team right there, Legacy Motor Club on the inside, the 43 of Eric Jones as well. 3 cars in this race. You got the 42 of John Hunter Nemechek and as well Jimmy Johnson in the 84 in the field today here now as they were continuing to move their way forwards now as we came through to the final already 4 laps of stage 1. Truex on the far outside now going backwards, and as we came right towards the final lap, look at this. Kaz Grala, who got in through the duels, was actually going to play a potential effect here on who wins this stage as we exit turn 4. Where does Grala go? He's going to go right in the middle, now jumps up to the top. Elliott loves what he sees. Chase Elliott to the inside. Grala chooses as a forward driver to block a forward driver. Elliott gets stage 1 with Chastain as well, the top 10 being rounded out by the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. A relatively calm stage 1 with a bit of a hectic ending there with the lap car mixed in as a few cars there behind would try to get caught up. Stage 2 would be underway here on now lap 25. Another 20 lap stage as well. Stage 2 ends at the end of lap 45 of 100. However, look at this. Ryan Blaney to the lead. That 12 car been up front for a bit of this race so far. Now hasn't led quite as much as a 9 as Chase Elliott here, but he's looking strong as well. Tyler Reddick into the mix, but a little bit later on, and they would both get shuffled back. Elliott way down the order. Blaney second in line on the inside and back to the lead. It was Denny Hamlin in the FedEx Toyota Camry, and he had brought up with him Chastain, Josh Berry, the new Cup Series rookie Larson, middle 3 wide, Ty Gibbs on the far outside as well. David Reagan lined up in the number 60 there for RFK, that third part-time car, almost like a Project 91 you could call it, of course, this season, but the positions continue to shuffle around, being this super speedway nature, of course. Now to the lead again was the 12 of Ryan Blaney as well. Chastain, Truex, Hamlin up there, 3rd, 4th, and 5th belonging to Ryan Parise now as we come through a little bit later now. 5 laps to go in stage 2, and Hamlin back to the lead. And look at this again, 3x3 action here, which I don't know how much we're going to see of this in real life with the current plate package. The only time we really see 3x3 action is if everybody is in a position where they're saving fuel. Lap 44, 2 laps to go in stage 2, and Ty Gibbs with a mechanical issue had to bring it into the pits in this to actually cause a separation between the two packs. And look who had gotten the lead back by this point. Chase Elliott back out in front. As you can see, two now separate packs created due to the 54 having the mechanical issue and diving into the pit lane. So unfortunate there, but Chase Elliott had worked his way forward and gotten back to the front of this pack. Your stage 1 winner, trying to repeat that here in stage number 2. And sure enough, to the final lap of stage 2, Hamlin back to second, Jones third, Larson fourth, Suarez going for fifth, but it's all Chase Elliott again down the front straightaway through the tri-oval to win stage number 2. Hamlin will have to settle for second as the caution would fly to end the stage. Now as that 9 car opens up the season looking very good. Of course, Elliott missed the first part of last year with that injury after snowboarding, but he is popping off early on. But he would not win the race out of the pit lane. Denny Hamlin and Jones first and second out of the pits here, setting them up for the restart here in what has so far been a crashless race in the Daytona 500. It's not often the AI crash at Daytona. It's kind of weird in NR2003, at least on this mod version here. But Kyle Larson would take the lead here in stage 3 right off the bat. He got to the inside of Hamlin, and now Larson, who has only had one top 5 finish in what, 41 super speedway races in his career, for one of the best drivers on earth. That's quite a embarrassing statistic to have right there. You would expect way more from Larson, but he's out in front here with 45 laps to go in this race, and he had kind of taken control. Look at this 3-car breakaway with Hamlin and Kyle Busch just behind, but as this would continue on, Hamlin jumps a bit down the order, and Logano would bring the fight up through to Kyle Larson here, now approaching 40 laps to go in the Daytona 500. However, it wasn't enough. Larson would get help from Chase Elliott, his teammate, who had gotten up to him, and they would get back out in front 1-2. Christopher Bell into third, now Bell to the inside of Chase Elliott as well. Larson continues to lead the way. However, lap 70 and another lap car. That's the 51, the new Rick Ware driver of Justin Haley out of turn 2. Larson's got a pretty easy task. I mean, look how far ahead he is of the rest of the pack here as they go down this back straightaway. Where does the 51 go? He's going to go to the top, so through goes Bell and everybody on the inside. That 51 is really going to slow up cars on the outside here, and look at that, just condensing it does to the pack, but that would also create separation as Larson would run down another lap car. This is Kaz Grala again as they come through the tri-oval. You can see the pack trying to catch up. Caution on the racetrack here with just only 24 laps to go in Daytona, so this is going to bring everybody back together and get us ready to go back racing for what could be the first or final restart of the day here in the Daytona 500. A slow pit stop for Kyle Larson meant that he was not going to win the race out of the pit lane there. Look at that, the 20, the 11 as well, and it's going to get worse for Larson. There goes Blaney, Logano, Buescher, Chastain, Suarez, Elliott, you name it. Everybody's just about beating this 5 out of the pits here. Now he's going to finally get rolling, but that's going to be a huge setback right there for Kyle Larson. Jimmy Johnson as well had gained some ground here, so we would get back underway, but the drama was not over here in Daytona. On the exit of turn 4, watch this, car's diving down to the inside. That's Buescher, Johnson, as well as Elliott diving into the pit lane. Not sure exactly what that's about, if they have to serve maybe some kind of penalties, but they're in, and they are going to pit here now. So that would create more separation between the packs, having to slow up there to make sure they don't run into the car in front of them, and now that would allow some drivers to run away. But then a lap later, in goes now Logano as well as Christopher Bell. So Blaney's out in front over Suarez. What is going on here in these closing 20 laps? But it wasn't over. Down the back straightaway, Denny Hamlin slow in front of the pack, and this is going to force myself to actually throw a caution. Of course, the car way off the pace right in front of the pack. NASCAR would throw a caution immediately, so we throw a manual one there, and that would rack up everybody again for what now will likely be the final restart here from this simulated Daytona 500 in NR2003 for 2024. Suarez, Blaney, the front row for the next restart, and Blaney absolutely dominated Suarez on the outside into turn 1. He would get clear. Austin Dillon into the mix as well. Chase Briscoe, don't rule him out in that number 14 as we have just 13 laps to go, and this of course is now where things get real in the Daytona 500. That final stage, of course, is when the intensity really starts to pick up, but it's about, that 3/4 point through that third and final stage when things finally really start to kind of get real. Hamlin actually pitted and remained on the lead lap and still has a quick car after his issues that brought out the caution. So let's see what Hamlin can do, because we know he has a fast race car. To the lead it was Reddick, but he would quickly lose it to Blaney. Ryan Blaney has been up front all race long as he continues to do exactly that here with now 10 laps to go. We come to lap 93, and again Reddick to the inside, these two going back and forth. We're not really seeing the pack really get bunched up, and we're not seeing much crazy intense action that we saw a little bit earlier in this race, but the 45 and the 12 continue to go back and forth. 5 laps to go in the Daytona 500 at this point. Now Truex back into the mix. Keselowski lined up on the inside with Priest, Logano, and then Hamlin has worked his way now into the top 20. Don't rule out the number 11. Now coming to 4 laps to go, and Reddick behind the 12. Truex to the inside, bringing Keselowski as well as we approach just 4 laps to go here from the Daytona 500. Here's the aggression we came to see. 3 wide for the lead. Keselowski, he'll hang out the number 19 Bass Pro Shops Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing, and now he's going to go for the lead position. Now where does Priest go? He jumps down and he'll help the Ford teammate. Now 2 Fords in command here, Blaney, Keselowski, but it wasn't over. Priest now coming to 3 to go, does the same thing Keselowski did to Truex, and he looks to the inside. 3 wide down this front straightaway, but the 41 doesn't have enough forward momentum. Keselowski stays clear. Hamlin now up to 4th in line on the inside. Well, what a rally back here from the FedEx driver. Can he continue to get his way back into the mix to win this Daytona 500? Now Keselowski, Blaney side by side, 3 wide on the outside. There's several cars, including the 45, the 60 of Reagan, the 48 as well of Bowman, and the 99 of Daniel Suarez, but things continue to get a little bit more interesting. Coming to 2 to go, they're 4 wide in the background there. That's Reagan, Bowman, as well as Michael McDowell, and the new, of course, Legacy Motor Club driver, the 42 of John Hunter Nemechek, and they did not manage to crash. They keep it green, and things would get surprisingly calm coming to the final lap of this 2024 Daytona 500. 2 by 2 by 2. This is what we expect to see in real life, unfortunately. White flag in the air, and it's going to be side by side between Keselowski as well as Ryan Blaney. Who's going to get back around here first now between these two? Logano forces it 3 wide up the inside of Ryan Priest. Here he goes. He's trying to make a move on this last lap with help from Denny Hamlin and the Napa Auto Parts Machine 9 car of Chase Elliott down this back straightaway for the final time. It looks like it's going to be one of those classic Daytona finishes here now if Keselowski can hang on, but he's got 3 wide behind him. That's going to make it a bit difficult, but it's going to be hard for Blaney as well through 3 and 4 for the final time. Who's going to get back to the line first? Keselowski 3/4 of a car length ahead to the outside, fights back down the front straightaway. It's going to be a drag race to the line through the tribal. Keselowski or Blaney, who is it? Not sure. The timing says a 12. No, it's the 6 of Keselowski by 0.00 seconds. We're going to have to go to the post-race standings to get the exact measurement on that one. It's 0.002 2 1,000ths of a second. Brad Keselowski wins the NR2003 2024 Daytona 500 simulation. Will this be accurate in real life? You guys let me know down below. I look forward to seeing the real life Daytona 500, and I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.